Trainer Adam Campton is going to join us on In the Box seat this week, taking another Trainers Premiership back-to-back for Campo.
Looking forward to speaking to him. Plus, we will look ahead to what's coming up here at Aquis Park, including Spring Carnival and, of course, the much-loved Christmas festive feast as well.
No racing this weekend, but it's still a big show. Let's get into it. Hello everyone, welcome to a big edition of In the Box seat. Ella joins us.
Thank you, good to
be
back.
Also we can now officially announce it, back-to-back premierships, Trainers Premierships. Adam Campton, congratulations.
Thanks, Mitch. No, it's good to win another one.
Another great season. Obviously last year it all went down to the final day. Well, this year you sort of kicked clear with a couple of meetings to go and were able to hold that form throughout the last month of the current season.
Yeah, had a bit of a dry run there for a bit, and then obviously the last couple of months, some of those tough old horses that continue to show up and do their job for us. Did that. It's good to, obviously last year it was pretty much based a lot around the poly, and this year a lot around the grass. So, some of those old horses last year that kept going around all the time, they had a bit of a break, so had to get the new brigade in this season, and they done it. So it was good. I don't like losing, as you know, and wanted to win it again this year. But it's not just me; it's my name, and as I always say, I've got an awesome team behind me, and it was a good thrill to win again.
After winning it last year, was it a goal to try and achieve it back-to-back years, or did it just sort of fall into place the way the season panned out?
No, I'm very goal-driven. I set goals and was to win again this year, and done the same. I want to win again next year. I don't like getting beat, as I said.
The three-peat.
It does get harder. You've got better and better trainers coming here now. But I've always been a believer in when someone tells you can't do something, you've got to prove them wrong. So when you've got good trainers, with more and more horses here, with train tech with facilities now, you've got to be better, and that's a good thing for every trainer. I believe you. Every day you're getting pushed harder and harder, and we're lucky we've got a lot of young horses, good support, and there's no reason why we can't do it again next year.
Like you said, it was a very competitive year this year, and the changeover from almost strictly a poly season to a mixture of poly and grass, and it's what horses to have in work at the right times, and horses that had reached their mark, you've moved them on, and you had to sort of bring some new horses through the ranks as well.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It is a lot of planning. I take pride in probably the way that we train our horses and get a lot of longevity out of them. Something when I probably retire, I'll look back and I hope people say, he gets, a lot of runs out of horses in their preparations, which is not just me. It's, I've got a great team that we work hard, and I've got great vets, great farriers. Taylor's, everything to me. She's right-hand lady who's, controls a lot behind the scenes when I'm not there, and Benny, my foreman, he's an absolute workhorse. But some of those horses that went around the poly last year, we had to, mix them up and get them through to the grass this year, and hats off to them. They're the real heroes. They're the ones we ask to show up every day, and they continue to do it. And it's a testament to a lot of them, because they're tough little buggers who keep showing up for us.
Good success with a number of horses. Superb's been terrific for the stable. Week in, week out, she's been racing competitively all through, virtually the winter carnival. Good success on Ipswich Cup Day. She deserved that victory, and then was just narrowly beaten again at Eagle Farm on Saturday. She's been a ripper for the stable.
She has been. Bailey admitted himself he probably hasn't given her the best of steers the last two, but I was probably training her a bit too hard. She just likes being kept fresh. She's a bit of a hot mare that likes things her way, so I just kept the work up to it. But this time around, we just kept her fresh and changed a few things with her, and she's going great. I've always believed she's had that listed ability. I just was a bit disappointed at times when she wasn't producing the best. Stuck solid, and she's turned the corner. As I said, we changed a few things with her, and thankfully, a great group of owners. She's had a few setbacks at times, and they stuck solid with me. So, they're getting rewarded now, and I believe next preparation, she won't be targeted this time of year. She'll probably be getting targeted to more of a carnival. And, if things work out, she possibly might even go to Melbourne for a fillies and mares race down the straight.
Yep.
So Jason McMurray won, obviously, the Jockey Premiership Winner of the Year. You had a very close relationship at the start of the season. He was under you here. And now to see him interstate kicking goals and obviously take out the Premiership here, even though he left, was it a few months ago, and he was so clear ahead that he was able to take out the Jockey Premiership. How great is it to see him kicking goals interstate and obviously win that Premiership here?
Of course. When you get an apprentice, you want to give them everything that they deserve. They've got to be well supported. Otherwise, I'm a big believer if the boss doesn't support them, not many people are going to support them. So, Jace had great support, good owners behind him, wanted to support him, and he rode great. He's in Sydney now, and obviously it's a tougher school. He's got to be better, and he's got to go to the next level, but he's got the ability to do that. And now it's up to our next apprentice in Bailey. I think she's a ripping kid, and I believe she'll be the next boom apprentice here on the coast.
Just tell us a little bit about Bailey, and as we touched upon the show a couple of weeks ago, it was a standard run-of-the-mill meeting at Bow Desert on Tuesday, but the last race, and Pungo was able to win Bailey's first ride, some family there. The dads had some health battles, which it was great that he was able to tune in from North Queensland and watch his daughter win at start number 1. It was a real sense of theatre about the day. But just tell us about how Bailey joined the stable and what's the sort of future hold for her career.
It's probably actually the biggest thrill of my season. I'd seen her win on that horse because he's been some hard work.
Yeah.
He's had a few issues here, there and everywhere, and we changed a few things up with him, and our farrier deserves a pat on the back, and so does Tim, our vet. So I was pretty confident going there that he'd be hard to beat, but I said to her, ride it like a trial and just get around safely, and she looked at me and she said, I want to win. So she's got that killer instinct for a very quiet kid. She joined our stable, she come from Ben Aaron, she's done a lot of, obviously, horse work before getting to us. She's under my care now, but she's been very well grounded. Her old man, I believe, is a very good horseman. The whole family is, and then Ben done a super job. And then she came to us, obviously just a bigger stable, more opportunity. So for her to handle the day the way she did, with obviously what's going on in the background with her old man, I think that's what's going to be the making of her. It's been a bit tough because there hasn't been many races in Queensland for her to go to, but next week things start to pick up. She's a ripping kid. She works hard. She gets along with all the team, and she's just different to every other kid I've had. I don't know what it is about her. She's got a beautiful seat. She's got an incredible knack with horses, and I'd honestly give the game away if she doesn't make it as a rider. I can't wait to see what she does, and she's still got so much to learn. Yeah,
there's one thing that you can notice. You could see Jet Newman coming through, beautiful seat, well poised at the trials, and Bailey was the same when she was going through her trials to get the ticket to go to the races. She's got a great seat on them. She almost looks like a fully fledged rider straight away before she'd even kicked off.
Bailey's 25, so I'm a big believer that, a bit more experience. Some of these poor young kids get to the race at 16 years, 17 years of age, and it's pretty daunting.
Yeah.
But she's done the right path to get to where she, is going to get to. She's still got plenty to learn, and I remember she asked me, what do I need to change? She doesn't need to change anything. She's going to change her own way. She's going to learn going to the races. She's going to learn going and riding against better riders, and Denny's been a huge help to her as well. Michael Carl, I've got so much time for Michael. He's so great with these young kids, and racing Queensland, getting him was a huge get, and those people have done a super job with it. It's my job now just to find us some faster horses to get on and ride some more winners.
I think the great thing about the Gold Coast, obviously the last few years, an apprentice has taken out the Jockey Premiership here. We've got great training facilities. It is a great starting ground for these apprentices to kind of kick off their career, and I think with trainers like yourself taking these apprentices in, they're just going to go from strength to strength. So it's great to see Bailey as another one to look forward to in the future across the season.
And you raise a good point too, Ella, because look at the apprentices that have come through here at the Gold Coast. Your Michael Rodds, your Zach Purtons, Zach Lloyd, Jace now in Sydney. It's a great stomping ground. Jai won the apprentices title last year.
It was very close this year.
Very close again this year. You know, he'll make. Corey Sutherland's riding in Brisbane now. Rob Thorburn kicked a goal the other day. So, you know, a lot of it does come down to this area as well, that they get a good launch pad from the Gold Coast.
For sure, and Jai, if you stayed probably out of the steward's room, he would have blown the premiership away. But I believe now, in my opinion, it's. I look at kids and think, why you want to go to Sydney and Melbourne straight away?
Yeah.
There's a huge opportunity here now for a young person to go to that next level. And don't get me wrong, Sydney and Melbourne are the complete mecca of racing. You know, that's my goal in life, is to probably train down there one day. And but I'd love to see a kid go and do like a Michael Rodder or Zach Pert now. And I think Bailey's and Corey Sutherland, they've got the right opportunity to do that. The riding ranks in Brisbane are, not being disrespectful, they're pretty down at the moment, so there's an opportunity for a kid to come through. And I think if Bailey keeps a head on her shoulders and continues to work hard, she'll be that next kid that can go from the Gold Coast, win a premiership, then go up to Brisbane. And I think once she starts to learn a lot more, she's going to be a pretty exciting rider.
So we've got some breaking news on the show. Adam's off to Sydney.
I wouldn't leave this weather.
Start the rumour mill now.
Horses to follow for the next season. Obviously, you're going to set your sights on trying to win another premiership, and horses coming through the ranks.
Yeah, this was we were talking about before. There's a lot of young horses, and I love the run of El Ronte the other day. She's been an absolute headache. I thought Bengal Diamond's been, super, and she had no luck again the other day. There's Deepaw's making his way back. Catwalk Criminal's back in the stable. Walking around the stable at the moment, it's good. There's some nice horses coming through, and got a lot of young horses that we've just lost, unfortunately, possibly another one to Hong Kong, but that's the aim of the game. And I've got great supporters over there, and especially the loyal clients who have been with me pretty much from the start. They've continued to give us, good babies now, and it's a bit different to getting some of those $20,000 yearlings at the start, and now you're getting well supported with some nice ones. So, Jimmy in the Jungle, I think, is another really nice horse that you've obviously spotted at the trials, and it's all about just getting the young ones through. If you don't have them coming through your stable, you're going to struggle. So hopefully, but I'd love to see Deepaw get back to his best. That's my next target, try and get him back to winning ways. And
like you said, part of the business model is to sell them to Hong Kong, either off trials or off racing, and it's a big part of the business these days as well.
For sure and certain. At times it's frustrating, but that pays the bills. And it keeps the owners happy. Dashing Basics, another really nice horse who I think could go on to much bigger and better things. I know he only won at Grafton the other day, but he's got a lot to learn. He goes over there for Mr. Choi, who's got a number of horses in our stable, and I love seeing good horses go over there for them, because you want to see them go over there and succeed. And Hong Kong's a great part of our business, and it's been a big part of our life. And I probably wouldn't be sitting here today if it wasn't for Hong Kong.
Well, thank you, Adam. Congratulations again on an incredible season. We hope to be sitting here in a year's time, giving you that three-peat. But if you do want to be there on the night to congratulate Adam, the Industry Awards night is on Thursday, the 21st of August. You can pick up tickets at gctc.com.au, and obviously all the other award winners will be there, and we'll be presenting to them on an amazing season.
And it's perfect, because we can just put that footage on the big screen. You won't have to get up, and it'll save us about 15 minutes of the night.
Perfect. Here we go, all done and dusted.
Thanks, mate. Congratulations.
Thanks,
again.
Don't get too used to Brisbane.
Adam Campton joining us on In the Box Seat. So great to catch up with Adam, and as you alluded to, Ella, not too far away from the awards night, where we announce all our winners, the WOW Award, the Hall of Fame. Jockey, trainer, horses.
There's
You're going to bring the horse in. They should do that, actually. It doesn't, anyway.
Honestly, that's a good idea. Maybe we'll park that one for next year, I think, Mitch.
No racing this weekend?
Yes, no racing this weekend, but obviously
a rare day off.
A rare day off for us. I will be back each weekend. It was weird not having. If you were on track last weekend and you didn't hear Mitch's voice as the race caller, we did miss you, Mitchie. But he was up in Brisbane helping BRC out. So we'll be happy to have you back on the 2nd of August.
Lunch not quite as good there.
Great work, chefs.
Yeah.
But what's coming up, obviously, even though we're not racing this weekend, it'll be a huge month in August. We've got the Industry Awards, as we said, Bow Desert Cup on the 16th of August, and then at the beginning of September, Family Fun Day, another massive day on the calendar. Free entry for everyone, food stalls, markets, kids activities. Obviously, Village Roadshow characters will be here doing performances. So another great family fun day to get out to. September 6th, you can lock that one in your calendars.
It's always a fun day, that.
It's
just even though the racing's on, there's just that fun vibe to it. Families,
lots of excitement.
Yeah.
Obviously, kids make everything a little bit more exciting.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that one. And then after Family Fun Day,
just quickly, we won't touch upon it too much. Did you have a favourite like action hero?
as a kid, I think Wonder Woman was my favourite.
Yeah.
You know, sticking with the female. What about you? Did you have
G.I. Joe, because I looked a lot like him, I thought.
Nice. I don't think G.I. Joe will be here, but maybe Wonder Woman. You could get lucky. And then Spring Carnival. So straight after Family Fun Day, we roll into a massive Spring Carnival. So 20th of September, Pink Ribbon Day. October 25th, Men Matter Day. So our two massive charity race days will now be during Spring Carnival. So pick up your tickets, get along, fundraise as much money as we can for the Breast Cancer Foundation and obviously the men's health charities as well.
And don't forget, with Men Matter Day, it's Cox Plate Day.
It
it's a bumper day to begin with, Cox Plate Day, but now Men Matter Day, it is going to be huge. So make sure you get your tickets in early because it will sell out.
Absolutely. I think the event centre on both days are already sold out. So you have to get into the Glass House or pick up the last remaining restaurant tickets. Otherwise, you will miss out. So
otherwise you're on the roof, which is still an option. Steve is more than happy to sell tickets on the roof.
Oh yeah, don't tell him that one.
And also the Christmas festive feast. Actually, when I first read this, I thought there was a KFC family feast and we were having KFC for lunch, but not to be.
He thought it was staff luncheon day and there was going to be some KFC downstairs for him. Unfortunately not, but the Christmas festive feast is happening the 2 Saturdays and Friday in December. So the 6th, the 13th and December 19th down in the event centre. The Christmas festive feast, great package to get into if you've got your work Christmas party, just a family day out, whatever you want. You get your Christmas theming in the room, your big Christmas buffet, there's ham, there's everything you want on a Christmas spread, and Santa might even be making a visit as well. So if you want to grab your tickets for that, there is an early bird special announced here first. Early bird special online, you get $10 off per person if you book before the 31st of August.
And with that Friday night meeting, you get the Magic Millions debut as well, so
absolutely.
Mark that one in the calendar.
That one would be the one I'd be getting along to, because night racing, you get all the entertainment, and how amazing is that Christmas festive feast package as well.
Actually, you're not allowed to do feature race meetings. It was.
I'm coined the bad omen.
You can come on the Saturday though.
Perfect.
The 20th of December. Lock you in on the roster.
I'll be here. No one else will, but I'll be here.
All right, that's a wrap.
That's a wrap on the show.
That takes us away for In the Box Seat. We'll be back next week. It'll be our last meeting on the turf next week before we have a reno. So we'll have a bumper show next week for you. Catch you then.